And now, an indie artist reveal worldwide spotlight. Multiple Billboard charting artist JJ Sansaverino sets stages with energetic performances, touring the world with his Vincent meets Santana vibe. The Berklee School of Music graduate has shared stages with countless notables such as Gerald Albright, Maxi Priest, Randy Brecker, and more. Join Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide conversation as we delve into JJ's world of music and upcoming performance dates. Hey everybody! Oh, I am so excited to be back here with you. How I have missed you. Did you miss me? Well, I promise you, I missed all of you guys, and it feels like home. I am here, and there's so much that's going to be happening on tonight. I have my sister and friend, Selena Albright. She is right here with us,
Hi.
and she is just going to be in the vibe. Sis,
Yes. How you
welcome.
doing?
I'm excited.
Me too. When was the last time we got on?
We got on when you had the song out. What was the name of the song?
It wasn't December Small, was it?
No, it was last year. Um, gosh.
Was it Oh, it was okay, so I feel like it might have been the music with New Frequency, the new band I co-founded this year.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah,
But I don't know which one of the songs. It might have been Anyone Can Have It because it was the music video that had me dancing in the street, almost getting run over by motorcycles and cars. That's
that
what it was.
one.
That was it. So
Anyone can have it.
like March, April-ish.
Yeah, yeah. So glad to have you back. And I
I'm
mean,
glad.
in a little different capacity, but I mean,
Yeah.
I just wanted to do something different this year. I mean, this being the first of many that's going to happen this year. I decided, okay, what do I want to do? I think I want Selena to come on board, and I wanted to chat and
Yeah. I
just
appreciate you always inviting me on your platform because I always have so much fun because you're really great at asking questions, and I always feel like I can tell you pretty much anything, which means that my fans and your followers and listeners are hearing probably more information than they care to know about me, but it still it works.
but we have such a synergy though.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
when we talk, whenever we get, because I remember one time you came on, you said, I told the hubby I'm going to be on for a while with her. So
Yeah,
I,
you said
I
an hour, and I was like, mm-mm. It's gonna be longer than that. It's always longer.
but that's because the relationship is really real. Back of house, we were just talking about, those who truly support you. And you've been like on my radar for a long, 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 long time. I remember when I first had you on, it was back in 2017, 18-ish.
The conversations record.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
That's how long it's been.
It's a lot. That's what, 7 now we're going on 8 years of
No
music.
way. Wow. What? What is happening with the time, Selena? Everything's just kind of flying by, and we're already in the new year, and January is almost gone. Go what?
No, wait, but it's been a full month. I think it's felt like it's gone fast because it's been a whole I can't cuss on your but it's been an SHIT show. Of events just one after the other, and I don't know what's happening. So now we're over halfway through the month, and I'm just like, this has been a whole year's worth of events in a normal year. We would have had
Mhm.
this many events and been like, whoa, what a year.
Wow.
It's been 2.5 weeks, please. And I'm just like, what is going on this year? And then it started last year. Actually, it started with the pandemic. That's when time started going super fast for me. And it wasn't just parenthood.
Really?
What?
Thought I heard the door. I thought I heard one of my kids coming out to be like, "Mommy."
Aw.
I hope
Oh
there's
gosh. But
it's
it's
fine. It's
late there for
1:30. Yeah,
you.
it's 1:30 in London, so
Yeah.
but it's all good. So, yeah, I think when the pandemic started, that's when everything started getting a little crazy with time and just with the vibe. The overall vibe is
Sure.
really weird.
Yeah. Yeah. And
It was
I can attest to that because it
yeah.
doesn't feel the same. Do you know what I
Mm-mm.
mean? Um, it's like I never been here before kind of vibe. Does that make sense? Do you
No,
know?
explain, please.
Meaning, there's so many history has a tendency to repeat itself.
Oh.
And it's like, okay, I've been through
Mhm.
a lot of experiences, but this one, I don't know about this one because I've never seen this before. So that's what I mean by I've not been here before. So
Yeah.
what do I do with it other than pray about it? Because you and I were talking about that thing.
Mhm.
Prayer is so necessary in all that we do. And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get super spooky religious or anything,
But this is what
but
happens when we talk though. You
I
realize, like,
know.
we always something comes up and I'm like, "Oh, look at the synchronicity that just happened with this. I know God's hand is on this and that and the other." So, like, before y'all don't know this, but before we even get on the live with you guys watching, we always have like 20, 30 minutes. I always get on early a
Man,
little bit so we can
ye
do this before we get into this. So, but yeah,
yep,
this God's hand is on all of this. That's why I'm not worried, but it is very fast. It's
yeah,
very full. It
yeah,
feels full.
ugh,
He's
kind
coming
of
at all of
thing.
us.
Yeah,
Yes, we
you
have
know,
to be intentional. I think this is probably God's way of showing us to or teaching us to be more intentional beings,
sure.
on this earth, but some of us aren't getting the message and it shows.
And it does show. It does. Well, and I wanna use that segue into
Oh,
what you and I were talking about
which
as
part?
far as some of the things that we would kinda chop it up about here. Um, a lot of our luminaries are just s they're just getting out of here.
Yeah,
I mean, we've lost
oh, that part, yeah.
yeah, we've just lost so many.
Mhm.
Um, and I was telling Selena, you guys, back of house, how this weekend I was feeling some kind of way.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden Andre Crouch just kind of fell,
Mm.
into my spirit. And I said, Andre Crouch, wow. And there's this song called The Promise, right?
Okay.
It came off the CD, The Journey. And so as I was going through the CD, I was looking at all of the people that he had on there, like
Yeah.
Sheila E.,
Yeah,
Mark Kibble from Take Six.
I love him.
Um, he had Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, there were just and the thing about it is I wasn't even looking at it like that. First of all, I just wanted to hear The Promise. So there are 2 versions. One is with Andre singing, and the other is with Marvin Winans Sr., right?
Yes.
That's the one that got me.
I
And
have
I
to
was
read it.
well, I was supposed to be going
Mhm.
into a restaurant, right? To have
After
lunch,
that? Okay.
before. And when I thought of all this, I just sat in my car, I went to Spotify, and I brought it up, and
Yeah.
Marvin started singing, and tears just started
Yeah.
rolling. I became emotional, y'all, okay? That's where I'm going. I got really, really emotional. Like, what is wrong with me? But I just let it just do what it was supposed to do, which was minister.
Mhm.
And you know what? And I just started praying. And I said, by faith, I just want to send this healing balm to Cali. And that was heavy on my heart at the same time.
Okay, connection.
Uh-huh.
Got it.
Mhm, mhm. And so some of the lyrics was like, I'll never leave you. I'll
Yeah,
never forsake you. No matter what you're going through, I'll
right.
be with you
Mhm.
always.
Yes, 'cause it always
So
feels like the world is crashing down and God's not there. Because sometimes he gets super quiet, but
yep,
then you just have to watch
right.
because he'll show you that he's there if you open your eyes for a second. But I think a lot of us are just looking at the ground most of the time and just looking at what the present situation is as opposed to saying, "Okay, wait. let's put the pieces together and figure out what's really going on. And what am I supposed to actually learn from this? Like, what is
Right.
God trying to show us?
Right.
Then every failure that you have after you start seeing things like that, it's never really a failure because you got something from it that's going to take you to another situation and make that situation easier. I'm in the middle of one right now. I
I'm
won't be able
telling you.
oh, girl. This
Wow.
one, this has been a crazy part of my life because Southern California is where I was born.
Right.
This
That's
is where I
right.
used to go to escape during, high school, college, whatever, when I started driving. They're gone. Gone. And
No.
people's houses that I used to visit, gone. Like neighborhoods that I used to go, like little restaurants and stuff. You look at the backdrop of the restaurant, it's like it's all gone. And then there are so many amazing things that are happening at the same time. So my emotions and experiences have been like this.
Mhm.
And I got to a point the other day where I just had to stop and have like a few minutes just hearing a friendly voice from a
See?
friend because I was like, okay, wait, I just need something normal. And a lot of times, like, we don't have that friend. We just have God, which is why we need to pray to get that clarity. Because, girl, life is like everywhere. And if you can't find that stillness, or if you don't have that friend, it's just really, really hard.
Yeah.
I'm trying to navigate this particular one that I won't go into detail about because I
Oh,
haven't finished it yet. When I
oh,
finish it, then we can talk.
sure.
I'm trying to navigate it with the whole mindset of let me just find the lesson. You know what I mean? And
Sure.
let me figure out where this situation is telling me that I fit
Mm.
with all factors involved.
Sure.
What is it trying to tell me? You know? So yeah, there's been a lot of loss and a lot of betrayal in this. And I think, you know how God just kind of chips away at you?
Sure.
Well, yeah, he's chipping. Lord Jesus.
You see, well, yeah.
Everything is
Get
leaving.
started.
Not even like a big thing like that. It's just like I'm watching it like a movie.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
whole life like a movie just play out, and I'm like, oh, that's what that was. Okay, so what's next?
But you hadn't gotten to the end yet.
No, not of this chapter.
Right.
It's looking good,
Oh, good.
but it still seems like it has more to go. So I'm not like, ooh, I'm not celebrating being done with this chapter yet because it just seems like the one that never ends because something
Mm.
will come up and then extend what I'm learning from it. So
Sure. Sure.
we'll see. And then we're definitely going to talk about this one because holy crap. But I love I love it because like so many things I've learned things about how to take care of my body and my minds and all of that. And I'm
Sure.
reading books more often. I'm actually finding time to do things to help myself. And I have so many videos and like recommendations and books and stuff to send you, sis, because
Well, I have some of them. Well, wait a minute. I have one.
there's
The
more.
Power of Now.
The Power of Now, man. Hold on.
Wow.
What is it by Eckhart Tolle?
Eckhart Tolle. Right. Tolle.
Tolle.
Yes. And I am going to, I like my stuff right now. I do like to feel things, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But
Mhm.
I want to jump right into hopefully
Yes.
there's a Kindle version. And then do you know?
I don't know. I'm sure there is because it's like a #1 bestseller. It was on Oprah's favorite things back
Oh,
in the
well,
day. I'm
yes.
sure it is. But I like to feel it and like put
Notes on it and little
interestingly, that book was the one that I was reading while I was having like some crazy travel experiences. So my bookmark is the boarding pass from the flight that I learned my last lesson from. And I'm just like collecting friends and mentors along the way. And I know it's leading up to something.
I'm
This
sure.
one right here. Oh, the other book, The Artist's Way.
The
Oh,
Artist's Way?
The Artist's Way. I forgot. Oh gosh, I forgot the author. But a lot of artists do know about this book. It's
Okay.
really good. It teaches you how to take care of yourself, how to
Hmm.
meditate, how to as an artist, care for your inner artist.
Wow. Okay,
Between
that's something I need.
Yep, and The Power of Now this year, and then I've been reading the whole Harry Potter series
Oh my
randomly.
gosh. Have
Yep.
you? Ooh, we need to take a quick break.
Okay, take a break.
Let's take a quick break. You guys,
I
I
know
haven't
we always
forgotten
do
about
that.
you. I've been popping up some of the comments while
What?
we've been
Oh
talking.
shoot, I'm missing the comments. Oh
That's
Lord, there's so
okay.
many of them.
It's okay. And
I had
JJ's down there smiling and laughing too. Hey, JJ, we got you. We got you. We're going to bring you in just a little bit. JJ is here, you guys. Yes, I know that's who you came for.
That's my
But
brother.
we wanted to do a little sister to sister talk first and chime
We didn't even talk
in.
about what we intended to talk about. You
But
can
we're
tell
gonna
me after.
we're gonna get to JJ and let you if you
Absolutely.
have any questions for him, definitely we're gonna incorporate that into the interview. So you guys please don't go too far. We're gonna be right back in just a little bit. All right, you guys. I love you. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you in just a minute.
Don't miss a segment of Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide. Stay connected on LA's most influential radio station, the Urban Influencer Radio. Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Listen at theurbaninfluencer.com.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. Sabrina Taylor here, creator and host of Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide. And before I go further, yes, I know the unsigned artist reveal is still back there behind me. Do you know when you're rebranding? Sometimes there are brands that you don't even think about because they're subliminal to you because you don't see them all the time. But it's going to be changed after tonight. We are now Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide, and I am so glad that we finally dove in to make that change. And that way, I think that helps broaden the scope, and it doesn't put every artist in or certain artists into a box and forget about others. So I thought long and hard. Matter of fact, 2 years, I struggled with that thing. And so finally, Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide is the new brand. And I'm just so excited about it. And everything will, including the one that's behind Selena and I. So it's in two places. It's above my head and then behind me in the New York look. I love my New York background.
Me too.
That's the other thing, Selena.
Right.
I put it in an atmosphere, and that is going to happen. The New York vibe. I really want a live vibe, really live. Bring
Okay.
artists in, sit with people like you and JJ and all the other artists, and then have them do
Wait.
one or two songs.
Okay, wait. This is live too. Okay, so you want to do things in person live
In
and
person live.
ooh, consider it done. I already said
Okay.
it.
It's in the atmosphere. So
Jesus.
agree with me.
I feel like that's going to happen because you've been persevering through a lot of crazy life stuff and have kept the whole thing going. And now you're rebranding, and so you've always been working on this. I know you're passionate about it, and this is on your heart, like
See,
and deep in your
sisters,
spirit.
only sisters know behind the scenes.
I'm not going to say anything, but
Oh no, it's fine.
life happens, and then you still have this thing you're working on, and it just doesn't go away. It's like music for me. My husband literally just told me, God, you really do, like, you never give up because we've been through a lot, like transitioning from US to a whole nother country.
Yeah.
Two of them within a year, and then trying to figure out life and where to find your groceries and how to pay for them and weigh them on the scale. And it's just little stuff that you take for granted that's very different. And I kept the music coming somehow because I just love it.
Wow.
And I know that's what it's going to be for you with Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide. I had to get used to saying it like that. I had to get used to saying that because I'm used to saying unsigned artist reveal.
Don't you? Oh gosh. Sometimes when I'm cutting spots, it's like, no, not unsigned.
Yes.
Indie Artist Reveal. And it'll flow after a while. So
yeah, it's like learning to write the new year, on your well, we don't write checks anymore, right? But on our contracts and whatnot.
Oh, wow. That's a whole other live about checks because, yeah, there's something that happened, but I won't talk about that today.
Oh,
But,
another
but,
but
for
New
real,
York Vibe is coming live. Well, JJ Sansaverino lives in New York. He might be
that
one of
is
your
right.
people.
And I think that is a great, 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 great segue.
It is. It's
I want to bring JJ in, the man of the hour.
yeah.
We're not even at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock yet. But I want to bring you in because
Yes.
really, I want to talk to you about all that's happened. I haven't had you on this show since the year in 2021, JJ.
It's been a little while, right?
Long time, my
Yeah,
friend.
a little bit. But hey, you know what? When time flies by, that means good things are happening, and we're all busy. And you know what? We're all here right now, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. And you're smiling too. I love it.
I'm
Right?
always smiling. What do I have not to smile about? I'm blessed. I have my health, my family,
Mm,
shelter,
yeah.
plenty of food. I have an abundance of blessings. God has
I-
been very good to me. And what's not to smile about? That's something to celebrate.
sure. It
Yes.
really is. It really is. So, what has been going on? 2021. So, we were still kind of in the throes of the pandemic.
We
Uh,
were. We were.
yeah.
Scary.
You,
Those were scary times, especially in New York, because we had been getting whacked for about a year at that time.
sure.
And I mean, like we all know, but it was a scary time. But we, the human species
Sure.
has to adapt to adversity of life, and what happens, and we did, and here we are. And those that are not with us are somewhere they're supposed to be because we trust our fate.
Absolutely. And we should. Um, Selena and I were talking about that too. God,
Mm.
Selena and I, we were talking about quite a bit, weren't we, back of
We
house?
had it was 30 minutes, but it was like 3 hours worth of material, but
I know. And I had to say, wait a minute, let's not talk too much because I want to save some for
You
when
guys
we
have a good time together. I like the
we
dynamic.
really do.
I
So
know.
you.
Oh, JJ, and I can't wait to see you live. I've had so many people tell me about the high energy that you have on stage. How do you maintain that stamina? I mean, from night after night. I mean, even when you take a break to go to the next set, how do you keep that high energy going?
I want to know too.
You know what? There's nothing more in of my career that I love more than being on stage. That's
Wow.
everything to me for my career.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had 200 shows last year. I
Ooh.
I stay on stage, and then while I'm down here in Miami, I have a wonderful restaurant that I am blessed enough to work at whenever I'm here called Sagra, and it's a very modest gig. I play with my backing tracks.
Right?
I play 4 hours without stopping, no breaks,
What?
no breaks.
Energizer
No break.
bunny.
And Selena will tell you when we're on a big stage and we need to pass the ball, this guy takes a solo, this guy takes a solo. When it's just one man, you got to hold it for 4 hours.
Oh my God.
So it's training. It's a marathon. So then when I do 90 minutes on stage, it's like I could do that in my sleep. I love being on stage, and I tell my audience all the time, it's not only that I love making the music, but I love
Sure.
seeing people happy.
Oh,
And
wow.
when you're on stage and you see people smiling and you see them reacting to what you're doing,
Yeah.
and knowing that you are just so grateful that you found your course and what your meaning is and what you're
You
supposed to do. And it's
and that
music, it's to make people feel good. That's
right. And that, JJ, is, even though it may sound like a really crazy question, um, I for the sake of, where we are and what we're doing, I I wanted to know what was it? And for those who may not even know who JJ is, this could be their first meeting of you. What caused this passion and this love for music? Now, I know you were a Berkeley grad,
That's right.
Did you have was your major in music, or share with me right quick, the
Funny,
passion that you
I
have?
have a similar background to Selena. I come from a family of musicians.
Right.
Selena, I come from a family of not musicians, only singers.
Only singers, and you're the only guitarist.
And I was the only one to play an instrument. Nobody had
Wow.
instruments because nobody had money. There's no instruments. What's the name?
Like, of
I
course,
love
we're
it.
gonna sing,
I
so
come
my
from a
instrument will be-
family of doo-wop singers in New
Wow.
York. And what
Yeah.
doo-wop singers do, they go outside and they sing. No microphones. That's no band, a cappella. And, growing up on every Sunday at my grandmother's, after we had, our dinner,
Mhm.
all the uncles and start singing doo-wop, singing. So, I started hearing music since I was born. And on my mother's side, my grandmother was an opera singer.
Mm.
Studied at Juilliard in probably it must be the 40s,
Wow, JJ.
40s and 1950s. Yeah, they were from 30th Street in Manhattan. And
Mhm.
so singing, music, love for music. My family had an appreciation of music. Music was always played, all kinds of music, jazz to the Beatles to Motown to Elvis. I mean, all kinds, rock and roll, all kinds of music were played. And I think that's part of why I have a great appreciation for diverse music. Because you've
Right.
heard a lot of it, and it's like good food, like who wants to eat the same food every night,
Period.
I don't.
Period.
Oh, wow.
Now we're on the topic of food,
Yeah.
which we've spoken about before. Because the last time I saw you, JJ, we were in the Algarve eating that fish.
Oh, wow. We were
She
sitting,
told me about that. Come on, share.
me and Darren sitting out there. Remember hanging? That was great.
Yes, the fish in Portugal.
Oh,
Okay. Buttery, juicy.
fresh.
They never cook it wrong, fresh. Like they literally will fish for hours on the side of a cliff. They'll climb down the cliff with their what is it called, a fishing pole, and just
And then they lay it all out on ice, and you say, "I want that guy right there."
No way.
we're
And then
done.
we
We're
lay
done
it,
for the day.
salt and lime right on a grill, and a little olive oil, and it's so fresh.
So good.
Mother's nature's finest.
And they know how to do the sides correctly too. Like I never had a bad side dish there.
Wow.
I was
Fresh
just, I was just thinking about somebody was asking me about Portugal yesterday, and when at the resort, I said, "Oh, Pine Cliffs! It's amazing. You got to go there. It's got this
Yes.
great beach. It's on the edge of a cliff. Amazing sunsets. Sabrina, you got to put it on your calendar, baby."
Okay, I'm doing that right now. Good grief. Wow.
Something's gonna happen where you get to go.
Are you but are you going to be there to perform? Have you performed there?
We both. Selena's been there a few times. I think I've been there
Mhm.
two or three times, and it looks like I'm going to go back. And we decided to take this year off. We're going to come back. I'm going to go back in 2026.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not
Wow.
going this year either. Not that I know of.
And I guess I really meant, because you were talking about when you guys were there, I meant have you guys been together on the same ticket recently?
Recently, no, right, Selena? It's been a few.
2023 was the last time, and we weren't on the stage together. We did the jam session, but that wasn't planned.
Right.
Yeah. He just said, I have a jam session, and I had just gotten off the plane. The Uber had just brought me, and it was nighttime. I put on my lashes for you, JJ.
Yeah, her luggage in her one hand, her lashes in her right hand, and she was like,
When you saw me, I was just
she
like,
said this. Ready, let's go.
yeah,
I love it. Oh my God.
it's not that easy, JJ. Like it takes 30 minutes because
You make it look easy, though.
Mhm.
Selena, you make it look effortless. Come on.
Thank you. I appreciate
Doesn't
that.
she? Oh my God. She
I
really
appreciate there's
does.
some work that goes into, looking like I don't have makeup on while having it on.
Ladies, I know you roll out of bed looking like that, the both of you. So don't
Believe me,
Hey.
it takes time, JJ.
I'll just keep my secret then, because I'm glad I have everybody fooled, because I'll wake up snot right here.
Being dusty,
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Dusting it all off so you can look this way for the world.
Oh my
Definitely is
gosh.
an effort. Definitely, definitely.
Oh man.
Oh, well, JJ, what do you have going on for 2025? I know your calendar is starting to fill.
I've already had already had 7 shows in January
Oh,
already. And January is supposed to be a dead time. I tell you, I'm a workaholic. I like to be
yes.
on stage. So I'm always, you know what, I have, to be, people ask me, said, you said, yeah, 200 shows. Well, I didn't see you 200 places. I, when I have a JJ Sansaverino concert,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I really praise. And Selena, we call those hard ticket shows where you really
Yeah.
want to press those shows because you need your fan base to support you and buy those tickets in advance so that the promoters are very comfortable that the tickets are doing well.
Right.
But years ago, I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I just kept working as hard as I could and asked God that my dream come true would be to have every dollar of my revenue come from only JJ Sansaverino's brand.
Wow.
Like a lot of other artists that we know can do that. Our good friend, Mr. Gerald Albright. Now,
Mhm.
I realized though, as the years went by and I was having the opportunity to do 50 or 60 of JJ concerts, but 200, 225 performances because I must do 30 or 40 weddings a year.
Wow.
I
Oh,
must
that's cool.
I must do 30 acoustic duo gigs a year.
Gotcha.
30 bar gigs in New York City a year.
Yep.
I must do 20 Maxi Priest gigs every year still. I musical direct and wrote a show for a disco group that we were trying to get to on Broadway and called the Disco Nights. I do about 15 of those shows a year. When they all compile together, it's 200 something shows. And then I realized that, wow, I have so much fun playing with the best disco band that I created.
Yeah.
Love playing acoustic with my friend where we freestyle and play everything from the Beatles to Jay-Z. I love being the host and performing and directing a couple's weddings, which is probably the most special day of their life outside
It
of
is.
their child. So a lot of
Yeah.
responsibility in that and a lot of love. So when I can do all of these great things that make it so interesting all of the time, and I rethought my plan, I said, God, I see why I'm doing what I'm doing and it hasn't changed because you have me on this course for a reason. And I love it so much. And I'm so grateful that I have that diversity and excitement and constant creativity and it never gets boring. So that's what's happening, And that's what I'm going to continue to do in 2025.
See, this is why he's my bro.
Exactly.
Totally get
What up,
that.
sis?
Totally get that.
Oh my God. That's a lot. How do you balance that with family? And, I mean, I know you've got a beautiful wife who I've seen go with you.
Well, she
Um,
travels full time with me now, which was one of our dreams, which
wow.
makes this whole experience of what I'm
Love
doing
it.
now even more special.
Yes.
Our kids are grown, 28 and 23.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were older. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yes. I started when I was very, very young. But
Indeed.
back in the day, in the 90s and in the 2000s, when our kids were babies,
Yeah.
I was a touring musician outside of my own career. I was
Got
a
it.
month on the road on a tour bus, a month home, a month on the road, a month home for 10 years. So there were no cell phones in those days. My wife held it down, worked and took care of the kids. Our family was always around us, both sides as well. And then as cell phones came, communication got easier. But why my relationship is so tight with my daughters is when I would come home, the
Yeah.
first thing I would do was shut my cell phone off, put it in a drawer.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you guys want to do? You want me to cook? Anything you want. You want to go out? You want to order? You want to watch a movie? Whatever you want to watch. You want to put barrettes in my hair? Whatever you want to do.
I love it. I love it.
Let's party. And I wasn't trying to do that while I'm looking at a phone. Yeah. And they don't have my attention. The most priceless thing you can give to people you love is your time,
Your time.
your
Right.
attention,
Yep.
There's
Yep.
no price tag for that. And as they grow up, My daughter calls me every day. Every day. I'm so
Wow.
lucky. So I don't like to say lucky. I'm very blessed.
You
And
are.
my wife and I worked very hard to create our family and raise our family with the values that we wanted to represent us and we wanted our girls to grow up with.
What's the best advice that you've, I'll say it both ways, that you've been given or that you can give? So let's start with that you've been given in this journey we call music.
Mhm.
What is the best advice that you've applied and you've seen a huge positive impact um, in your journey
Well,
today?
if you there's two answers to that question because I would have to break that into two different lanes. The
Fine.
best advice to give somebody to create their most solid and happy personal life is to
Yeah.
give your attention, like I said earlier. Be
Yeah.
present with your family and your loved ones. Look, I'm Italian. I hug and kiss my brothers. We're very affectionate. We cry. We just
Emotional.
there's nothing wrong with being transparent. Even on stage, your audience can. I'm on stage sometimes. I'm so into it. I'll cry while I'm playing. There's nothing
Wow.
wrong with being transparent.
I love it.
You're allowing yourself to be vulnerable, and you're allowing this emotion and the spirit to take you over. That's what's important. Then, for the answer to that question, what's the best advice you can give a young musician that's trying to
Yeah.
become a professional musician? Which was the key to why I work so much is to learn as many songs as possible.
Wow.
I tell you something. When I play this restaurant on Saturday night, during the week, I must hear 10 or 15 songs. Oh, I love that song. I'm going to Shazam it. Okay. It might
Ah,
be
got
Roy
it.
Monet. It
Mhm.
might be Steely Dan.
Yeah.
It might be Bob Marley. Could be Dua Lipa. Could be anything. A good
Yeah.
song is a good song. And if I like it, then I'm going to play it. So
Sure.
during the week, I'll learn all of those songs.
Whoa.
I'll play those so that every week I don't get boring.
That's
And
true.
I do about 60, 70 songs a week.
Yep.
Jeez, JJ.
Always learning new music, always
That's
learning new music. And that's why in the majority of my scenarios, I'm always a musical director for these weddings because
Yep.
there's very few songs that I don't know.
Right, right. Wow,
being-
your repertoire is
Being a
huge.
white musician when I was primarily playing in a black world of musicians, when I was a teenager in the village and you get on stage with these OGs up there and you don't know Love TKO, you run home and find Love TKO on the radio,
Better.
somebody's record, and learn
You
it.
better. Oh my gosh. I love it.
That. We didn't have
Yeah.
the- I used to go at my friend's basement in Brooklyn. I would say, "Oh man, I put my cassette in his thing and play and record with pause."
Oh, cassette. He's
and
dating himself.
And he had a million pieces of vinyl because he was a DJ.
Yeah.
And he would say, "You know this record, Nights Over Egypt, Jones Girl. I got to learn that song."
Yep.
And that's how you learn music in those days. You had to find a DJ or keep your radio on all the time, which is that I do at home. I'm play and record with pause, and I love that song. Take the pause off. The
Yep.
song's over. Hit pause again, and then by the time that tape was finished, you listen back. You're like, "Oh, I forgot that song was on there." That
Oh
was
my
music. That was the internet radio.
wow. And this may be redundant because you've said so much that I think any artist that's on here could grab from and apply. But we've got Smoke Jones. He's an amazing vocalist that's out these days. He's asked a question: what's the most important thing that has influenced the direction of it? It says of your careers. So he's really posing it to both you, Selena, and JJ.
Selena, you want to hit it first?
Stab at that.
Kick it
sis?
off. I haven't said anything in a while. I'll kick it off. I don't know what the most important thing is.
Mm.
But there are a couple. I'll give you one, and it might turn it into two.
Got it.
Putting God first and relinquishing control
Ooh.
affected the direction of my career a lot because I stopped worrying about where the next gig was going to come from.
Right.
I just sat and enjoyed my life. When
Wow.
it was quiet, I enjoyed my kids, my husband, the fact that I had my home and my food. Like JJ, what you were saying earlier, I vibe with that. And the other thing is that the music industry is really small, and you never know how many degrees of separation you are from someone.
Mm.
And when I started paying attention to who was connected to whom, then it became this whole story about how I'm getting to the next big project or big opportunity. And so I just stayed ready as I was going into all of those. And that's really, between those two things, has really helped to keep things moving forward for me, and
Yeah.
has changed the direction into so many weird places I never would have thought, because I never thought I would be living here in London.
Right.
Yeah. And it turns out I have like a whole bunch of people here that I'm connected to now who've known about me for years. They were waiting to work with me and waiting to come to the shows. So I'm like, okay, great.
Mhm.
Haven't had anything but sold out shows since being here.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Every
Wonderful.
single one of
That
them has been
is.
a sold out show.
Yeah. So what about you, JJ? What's the most important thing that's influenced the direction of your career?
Well, I like what Selena was saying, because I have totally agree with that. That's look, I can never disagree with my sister. She can do no wrong.
Oh, bro.
Love it. I love it.
But when you were just mentioning that, it made me start to think of some things, and I think that it's important. When you hear people that say more negative things than positive things in their dialogue, it's not a good thing. I mean, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't bother saying it.
Exactly.
And I just find the good in people. That's just how I am. I've always been that way. And being friendly and not having that ego and that chip on your shoulder, for what? We all believe, Red. We're all human beings. Nobody's
Right.
better than nobody.
No.
And we're just supposed to be kind. And I say this on my shows all the time. I'll say it now. The only thing that we still have for free in this world is love. And when you have an abundance of love, an unlimited abundance of love to give away, where you don't have to pay none of it back, don't be stingy with your love.
I love that.
I mean, give it, because when we move on, we can't give it anymore. So why hold on to something that we can give away and we have more to give?
Oh my God.
There to give. So,
I appreciate you saying that,
we're
JJ.
meeting, we got to be nice. We got to be nice. We got to play nice in the sandbox.
You got to. Don't take your toys and run away. Hello. Good grief. Oh, I'm loving this whole show, even though, I know it's Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide, but you guys have just really made my night. I just, when you're trying something new to vibe, you just don't know how it's going to come across. But, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm just loving this.
This is
loving
fun. I didn't know Sabrina, I know that me and you was going to kick it tonight, but I didn't know I'd have my girl Selena on board.
Yeah, both sisters on. Yeah, 2 for 1.
I was like, oh, my bro's going to be on. I'm there.
She said that. She's like, yeah.
Sure, I'll stay up. I'll put the lashes on. Let's do this.
I know. Oh, I love it. I
don't mind just sticking around as long as you guys, will have me, because I'm loving the conversation. I was going to be up to tune in anyway. So I'll just sit here, listen in, and just, if you don't mind.
Oh, we don't mind at all. No, not at all. Not at all. I've definitely got to take the last break of the night. And then, of course, I'm going to come back and share the coveted music premiere. I love all your music, JJ. I mean, I have just spent, since I knew you were coming, it's longer than a week. I usually just inundate myself with the artist's music in case we have some dialogue about one of the songs, and then I can contribute. But I've just fallen in love with how you love, and now I understand it, because you were making yourself plain tonight.
Yep.
And there's such passion in your music. It is fire. Now I understand where you're getting all that energy from.
When you're happy,
yes,
and you love what you do,
yes,
you never work a day in your life.
You don't,
It
because it
does.
Just love
does.
Love it.
And it's amazing.
And I
It's
love
amazing.
picking up my guitar. I mean, it's like sitting right there, and I just love picking it up. And the thing that I love the most, and I was sort of saying, is I love learning music, and it teaches you to play better when you listen. All these songs that I'm learning for these weekends are singers, vocalists. So it's not like I'm learning a Benson song where he's playing
Right.
the guitar melody to breeze in, like I'm learning an instrument.
Mm.
Because, vocalists can use so much different pitch. Like when you learn a Marvin Gaye song, it's not like do re mi fa so fa 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 fa.
Correct.
He just bends the notes and it's expression, and it's when it makes you listen more.
Yeah.
And then when I do these shows and I play for 4 hours, you can't. On the first song, you better not be playing because wait 4 hours later.
It's too
When I
much.
learn these songs, I try to learn the song. Like I was driving in the car and I heard this great song called "True" by Spandau Ballet. You remember that song?
No.
Let's go.
I know that. I don't know the words.
Oh, I know this
Right.
much is true.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna play that
I
song.
love it. I love it.
I learn it note for note. Second verse is different from the first verse.
It's
The
true.
ad libs have to be done because everybody knows those ad libs.
Yeah.
It's like playing Frankie Beverly Before I Let Go. If I hear any guitar player not play those solos,
Uh-oh.
there's nothing better you can play. Play those solos, the original, because
Hello.
them. And then you have more stuff you can say later of your own on the next song.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Listen, you guys are gonna
Okay,
keep.
the break.
Let me take that break
Sorry,
because
I'm gonna
I want to keep chattering until we get to the music premiere. But listen, thank you so much, JJ. Hang out for just a moment. Thank you guys so much for coming in the first show of 2025. I know you're like, I've never seen this before, but there's so much more this year that we're going to do. I can't even express how excited I really am. I'm trying with words, but it's not enough. But listen, stay tuned. There's so much more coming up on Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide.
Join us every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to hear the stories of artists you love and discover artists you'll learn to love on Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide via Facebook and YouTube. The expansion continues. You can locate us on 10 affiliate radio stations, rebroadcasting Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide segments around the globe. Come on, join the indie community.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We're at the end of the show. I've had so much fun. It has been a ball sharing my sister and friend Selena Albright along with JJ Sansaverino. He is here with us on tonight. It's just been a joy just letting you just share and expound on your journey and life and what it is that makes you happy. Has there ever been any show that you left that you didn't feel like you gave everything? Or if you gave it, they didn't quite respond the way you expected them to?
You can't expect every audience to be jumping up and screaming and going nuts as a reflection if they enjoyed themselves.
Sure.
They might just be so in the cut, meditating, chilling. They might love it as much as somebody jumping around.
Sure.
And it took me a while to realize that you can't judge the response of the audience necessarily by their interaction and volume. I'll never forget, I was playing this show 20, 30 years ago in Brooklyn. And it was a reggae. No, it wasn't a reggae show. It was in Flatbush. And I was playing and there was no stage. And I'm on stage and I'm jumping up, I'm playing, I'm going nuts. And this one guy is sitting like this.
Right, exactly.
That. dead in front of me. Now he's taller than me. There's no stage, but I'm still playing. And I'm like, I don't know, man. This guy must think I'm horrible or something. And as soon as the show was done, he was Jamaican. He says, "My youth, you're the baddest guitarist me ever seen before. Respect."
He was
Perfect.
taking it all in.
He was taking it in. He didn't need to be going nuts and sweat me like that. He was
Right.
digging the music. So you can't judge an audience always by that. And there's been many times I've been on shows where I'm using what we do, a pickup band in another city.
Right.
Maybe these guys didn't really put the effort in to learn the music fully. So I was disappointed in the band's performance.
Got it.
And there's a few times I was disappointed in myself because maybe I lacked a little preparation because of whatever might have been what I was going through that week. Who knows? Maybe I was just busy. Maybe I neglected preparation. So there's been a few times I was disappointed in myself.
Right.
But that just makes you get back and get on it again, get it right.
I was going to say, yeah. So you take something from that and you learn from it. Yes.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Wow. So your creative process, I was going to share, and I might still do that, but tell us quickly what that looks like when you're creating, JJ.
People, that's a question I get asked often. And, sometimes you just hear, I hear a lot of songs when I'm waking up in the morning. As I'm not dreaming quite anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm still sort of asleep, waking up. And I hear music a lot like that.
Yeah.
And then I'll either sing it into a microphone or grab my guitar and try to work it out a little bit.
Sure.
And great songs come that way.
Wow.
And then a lot of times I do is, as that melody might pop in my head,
Mm-hmm.
I might just carry it with me and sing it in my head. And then where is it going to go? Where's the next part of it?
Mm-hmm.
And I might do that for a week. And then I might sit down in my computer with my keyboard, my guitar, and I'll get the whole song out
Wow.
in about an hour or two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Constructing it in my head and letting it sort of marinate in my head.
Right.
And if the melody stays with me, then I know it's a pretty good melody.
Sure.
If I can remember it and it keeps coming back. So then there's other times I say, I want to sit down and do some music, and I'll grab the guitar or hit the keyboard or put a beat on or something to jam, and it comes out that way.
It inspires you.
Yeah. And then some songs, like I said, will come to you and they'll just flow right out beginning to end. It's just magical how it just happens. There's other songs that you might have to labor through and come back and get the bridge right, or come back and maybe get the arrangement. And so it's more of a process. It's different every time. It's just the way it comes is the way it's supposed to come,
So who produces the music that we hear? Are you your sole producer, or do you collaborate with others?
I am. I have five. I'm in the middle of my 6th record right now.
Yeah.
My first record was a collaboration with my dear friends Zé Luis Oliveira and Alex Valenti.
Mm-hmm.
He came to me and says, "We want to do a record with you." So the three of us got together and we wrote all the music together and we produced it all together. And it was magical. It was beautiful. It was a wonderful experience. And that was my first CD called Sunshine After Midnight.
Wow.
We didn't think about radio. We just thought about creative music.
I love it.
And texture and vibes, and that street and jazz and rhythm. And then the second CD was Waiting for You, which was Alex Valenti and I worked on some stuff.
Yeah.
Louise and I worked on some stuff. So we worked a little bit together still, but not as the same dynamics as the original trio.
Got it.
Then on my third CD, which was International Groove, I produced it with just Zé Luis Oliveira and myself. Then my fourth CD, Cocktails and Jazz, was my first, which was 100% written, produced, arranged, everything by myself. And then Soul Energy, which was the last CD, the same way. And the new album, Conversations, that I'm about halfway through, is all written and produced by myself as well. I like producing my own music. I enjoy it.
I saw that, I felt that, but
It's fun. And you know what? You work at your own
pace.
When, like 3 o'clock in the morning, I got to work on this now. Or when you're working on other people's schedules and like Yeah, be at the studio at 1 p.m. Man, I
Right.
don't feel creative right now at 1 p.m.
Do you think you'll pull in others along the way in the near future for
people,
other?
people always send me songs they want to do and ask, they have songs they write and they want me to do.
Yeah.
Sabrina, I must have 100 songs right now that are
Oh,
not out. I'm not
wow.
kidding. And
Wow.
a lot of them are 50 to 75% done.
Yeah.
When your record label wants you to only put out an album once or twice,
Yep.
once a year or every other year,
Yep.
you're really only putting 10 songs on a CD these days. So what am
Yeah.
I putting out? 5 songs a year?
Yeah.
I have 50 songs. What am I? I'm never going to get these all out unless it's not that other people don't have great music that I'm interested in. I
Right.
have great music that I've started, and I live by a motto of it's very important to finish what you start.
Absolutely.
And I
Absolutely.
want my music, people to hear my music and the emotions and whatever I was feeling when that song was born.
Right. Yeah. And you want like you said, as much of it out as you possibly can. Because there's some great music that's been shelved that we probably will never hear. Not necessarily from you, but from other artists based on what you were just sharing. And so
That's right.
that's sad that the creativity is shelved like that. And you go back and you said, "Oh man, that was hot." You know?
It's difficult because I'm on Intervision Records, which is a great label,
Mhm.
and they have ways that they want to do it.
Sure.
Release date, the promo, we got to get this out, But you know what? Sometimes I just want to say, forget the process and just put one album out per year. Why not?
Wow. Yeah. Why not?
Got to be a team player too. There's no I in team.
Wow. And that is true. That is
Yeah,
true.
you don't want to be that jerk,
Nah, you do not. You do not.
But I do want to put more music out because I have so much of it.
I
And
know.
I'm like, what a great song! I want to share this one and this one. I have a complete reggae jazz album, which is 90% finished. That my brother-in-law Alex Valenti and I just finished up, but I can't release it because it's not. There's something else about to be released. It's sitting there, pretty much finished. So that's frustrating when you can't get the music to the people.
Yeah. Wow. I want you to talk about the music premiere. Love Can't Wait.
Oh, I love that song.
What was that inspiration, JJ?
That was a song that I literally sat down and just started jamming. And that was a song that came out beginning to end in one setting, the whole song. And
Whoa.
and the way that I've been producing my music has been this pretty much the same. I'm with my keyboard, my guitar, my computer, and I go into my software and I do the entire song and it's finished. Program the drums, put the bass, the keyboards, the horns, everything. Then what I do is I'll send it to the drummer of choice for that song.
Wow.
And I send them the MP3 of my demo.
Yeah.
And I send them a second MP3 of the demo with no drums.
Mm.
He loads both these MP3s into his software.
Mm-hmm.
The vibe of what I got.
Sure.
And he mutes the MP3 with the drums and only allows the
Ooh.
that he plays along with and records the audio to all his drums, sends it back. I replace my program drums with the real drums. And then I finish this process by sending it to the bass player the same way, my horn section, my trumpet, my sax guy. So I peel off the program parts that are in my skeleton till the only thing that remains is all the great live musicians that play the music that I wrote.
Wow.
Because I can't program drums like my guy Third. These guys they're masters at what they do.
Exactly.
And that's a wonderful way that I get to experience the brotherhood and sisterhood of working with other musicians.
Right.
And what makes my music so special to me is it's music that was my vision, that I wrote, I produced, I arranged it, but I invited these wonderful musicians to play the music with me, which makes it special.
And special it is. We are going to let the world see in visual and audio Love Can't Wait by our special guest on tonight, JJ Sansaverino. I want you guys to really enjoy. And we'll be back in about a little over 4 minutes, about 4 minutes and 15 seconds. We'll be back with more of our special guest on Indie Artist Reveal Worldwide. That's music from our special guest, JJ Sansaverino. Love Can't Wait. Beautiful song, but I love the energy in it. I
Thank
just
you.
love it.
And
Oh
the
my
title reflects it. Love can't wait. Love
Can't.
cannot wait another second. Now going into 2025, we got to give love to everybody.
I know.
We got to think positive. We have to be positive, and we have to smile, and we just have to be grateful because, hey, not everybody has the blessings. And yet people have to remember that life is not all about being at the peak. You have to be in the valley, and you have to appreciate the valley, because then you know it's time to start climbing the next peak, and the
That's
next
right.
peak is going to be a high one. And
Yeah.
you get to the top of that peak, and you finish what you started, and then you got to have to come down. You can't live at the peak. You got to come down in the valley, and you got to appreciate the valley. You got to stand up straight, and you got to climb the next peak. Keep going.
Oh,
My
wow.
brother.
I
Yes.
love that optimism. I mean, I was going to ask him, what can he leave with other artists who, every drop of a single, there's so much work. I mean, we don't have time to get into the labor intensive part of it. We know how much time you put in, you're away from family, and it's this circle of labor, of love. But
It
but
sure
but
is.
but you put everything into it, all that you have, time and money, radio promotions, and you do this, and it goes where it goes, and then you start over. You go up, you go down, you go up, you go down, you go. Oh God, I love though
You
how you are though still optimistic.
got to keep going all the time.
Yeah.
Look, if anybody tells you they feel great every day, they're not telling you the truth.
No, no.
It's not possible. It's
Yeah.
not the way that our DNA and our spirituality
Is built. No.
built.
Right. I
But
agree.
you have to just know that I don't feel 100 today, but tomorrow I'm going to feel maybe 80. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm going to feel the best day of my life. Who knows?
Who
But you have
knows?
to know that that's how it is. And I'm saddened when there's people that spend the majority of their life not feeling
Oh,
happy. And there's
yeah.
people that are like that,
Yeah.
which is why the three of us play our part to bring people up, let them know it's going to be all right.
That's right.
Amen.
If nobody told you today,
We love
I want
you.
to tell you that I love you.
We do.
You, JJ.
And you
Yeah.
tell people, I tell them all the time, listen, I don't claim to know what you may be going through before you walk through the door to the club tonight,
Yeah.
but I can claim to tell you that you're going to leave that behind and you're going to enjoy the moment with us tonight.
And
Period.
that is to me so key, that you pull people in so deeply that whatever they were going through, when they came in, even as they were sitting there at their tables waiting for you to come out, that thing was still like
Yeah.
itching and nibbling at their heels, so to speak. But the moment you came out on stage, you just
It's got to be up. You got to be up.
Mhm.
You don't want to come to see no downer. Listen, no, I say this all the time. Nobody goes out
Mm-mm.
to intentionally have a bad time.
That's right.
True.
I mean, look, yeah, there are troublemakers out there, sure. But our smooth jazz family,
Yep.
maybe a small family, we may be less than 1% of the listening population. But let me tell you something. Our smooth jazz family is a loyal family.
Yes, it is.
We're a very loyal family. And when people want to go to feel good and uplifted, and our job is, you're buying a ticket to see me.
Mhm.
Everything, all my blood, sweat, and tears to make sure you walk out of there feeling like you had a good experience and you
Right.
feel good. That's what my job is.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
like how you put your fingers up like that.
My job is not to play the right notes. My job is to make you feel good.
Love it.
It's a ministry, isn't it? What we do is a ministry. It
It
truly is.
It is. And if
To be
you,
able
and
to
you
use
know
our
what?
music to lift up people.
People get in it for the wrong reason. And that's why I love our jazz family,
Mhm.
because there's such good, grounded, faithful people in
That's true.
our family.
That's right.
It's an honor to be calling yourself a member of that family and to present yourself and to say, hey, how you been? Thank you for being here tonight. Oh, you look wonderful. Hope everything is all right. It's an honor to be part of that. And it's where I feel at home. So there's nothing else to do.
Right. Wow. I love it. So Oh, there was so many other things I wanted to inquire about, but I gotta let people go home, JJ. Where can they expect you to perform next, JJ?
Well, let me see. What are we in January? Just if you were in Washington D.C., I'm sorry you missed. We had 4 shows last week at Blue Valley. That was awesome.
Oh, wow!
We got Blue Jazz in Akron coming up, and we have Chicago coming up. We have the Billy Ray Shepherd cruise coming up in Texas.
Mhm, mhm.
Got Spaghettini. We got
Oh, nice.
Iridium. We got Blue Note Hawaii. We got Kona.
Look at
We,
you.
we've got Alabama. We got St. James in Atlanta.
Yeah?
We got a lot of stuff coming up. Go to my website, jjsansaverino.com. Get me on Instagram, Facebook. I post like a mug. It's up there all the time. I ain't hiding out. You can find me, and it's always there. And please, people say to me all the time, "Oh man, we're sorry we missed you." And I always say, "Don't worry, I'm not going nowhere. I'll see you the next time."
Exactly.
If you
Wow.
want to see JJ Sansaverino or Selena Albright or Sabrina Taylor in your neck of the woods, tell that club that you want to see us at that you want them to bring us there.
That's right. That's
Period.
absolutely right.
We
I
haven't
love
been there, and we'll come.
it. There you go.
Let them
There
know
you
what
go.
you need, and we'll deliver.
And I
deliver,
love
right?
it. I love it when Selena, you were talking, there was an interview, and how I love what you said, JJ, about the smooth jazz community. Even though there's a small percentage of us, uh, they're loyal. And you had a couple of artists who had just, Selena, welcomed you on stage to perform. That to me, that's the
It's a huge
I
honor
ooh
because they, first of all, they have to trust that you're going to
yes,
show up knowing, because we don't get a rehearsal.
nope.
No,
They're just like, oh, just come up. You're welcome to join. I'm like, okay,
Mm,
even when you invited me to come to your jam session, I know it's a jam session, but that's a lot of
it
pressure,
is
you know? Like if you're not ready to go to the jam session, or it's just a huge honor that someone invited you to be a part of what they were, that you're being paid to do it.
right.
And you have to you have to put on a good show. So you're only going to invite people who are going to keep the vibe going in the same way. So
Correct.
I mean, I take it as a compliment if anybody invites me to join their stage. And I've been invited by so many, and I'm like, dang.
that's because you ain't whack.
Don't make me wake up my kids. I wasn't ready for that. Thank you. Appreciate
I love it.
Why, girl? Come on.
Oh, she definitely isn't whack,
Seriously.
JJ. Oh, I love it.
You are the farthest thing from
I'm like,
whack that there is. You 100.
Oh my God.
thank
She
you.
definitely is 100. So, will you be in Europe anytime soon, JJ?
You know what? I think this may be the first year I will not leave the United States.
Look at Selena. She said,
No, I don't get to see my
I
brother
know.
this
You look
year.
like you're having all the fun over there. I want to come. I want to come party with
Listen,
you.
I know. Come over.
There's so
You can
much
visit
going
us.
on right now, which is
I get it.
great. Which is really really great. And honestly, once April starts, it starts getting for all the different things I told you that I'm involved with. That's
Mhm.
when we start doing the 20+ shows a month.
Got it.
It's a lot. And then people say, "What do you do the other days?" Well, I'm on eight flights this week. I need a couple of these days to.
Oh,
Yeah, I was on
that
150
makes sense.
flights last year. It's a
Got
lot
it.
of flying time.
It is.
And like we just did the Blue Note in New York. We were in Miami. We had a show in Miami on a Saturday. Sunday morning, Sharon and I, we went to the airport, flew from Miami to JFK, took the cab to the Blue Note, did the show, got back in the cab to JFK, flew back to Miami same night. It's like because we had another event that next Monday. So
Wow.
it's like there's a lot going on. And right now, I used to be in Europe so much in the 90s, in the
Mhm.
2000s, and I want to get back there just because it's a market where I want to bring my music to.
Sure.
And
Sure.
look, I'm going when my boss tells me I'm going.
And you know what, JJ? You just need a private jet.
Do you have one you can lend me? I'll pay
Sure,
you.
we'll find you one.
Selena, I better not say I'll pay for the gas. That's expensive, right?
Yeah, that gas money is
Oh, wow. Maybe
I don't have a private jet yet.
yet.
In the future.
Yet. I
I
love that
care
for
about
you.
the environment though.
Yeah.
So that might not be part of what I do. However, I'm cool with riding on one with someone else.
There we go.
Who has a private jet? Richard Elliott has a private jet.
I know.
I know, right?
He
Yeah.
has
Those guys travel well. They
Mhm.
yeah, they
I heard it's really nice too.
I haven't seen it.
Boy. You guys deserve the best because you give us the best. And I am so honored. It is such a privilege
Thank
to be
you.
able to sit here and do that like this with you guys. I'm like pinching myself. I'm going, what, Selena?
I love it too.
You're a wonderful angel, Sabrina, and we
Oh,
appreciate
yeah.
you. You know, I say this all the time. As you guys, if you don't get it by now, I say a lot of things all the time. But I'm going to tell you this: what we do is like the tire, the wheel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What does a wheel have? A lot of spokes.
Folks. Mm-hmm.
All right. One spoke is a promoter.
True.
One spoke is a nightclub.
Yep.
One spoke is radio.
Yep.
Another spoke is the fans.
Yep.
Another spoke is us artists,
Wow.
producers, etc. These spokes make up the wheel. You
Yeah.
start taking those spokes out of there, the wheel's not going to be as round anymore.
That's
it's
true.
not going to have the support of the supports to keep it intact.
Great analogy.
Without a round wheel, it ain't going to run smoothly.
I love
we
it.
all work together equally, and that's how we make people feel what we do and make them happy, and we do well in what we're supposed to do.
Well, you have just really.
We had a fun night. I thought these girls look amazing, and
Thank
smiles make me
you.
smile even more.
Oh, thank you. Well, Selena, is there anything you want to leave us before we get out of here tonight?
Something spiritual? Or are you talking about just me telling my socials and stuff like that?
You can tell your socials because I don't have them up for you, but anything that you feel that's sitting right at the top that you,
Okay.
yeah.
Super excited to announce a couple of things.
Okay.
So there is an up and coming artist named Ryan Lavalette.
Yep.
Not really up and coming because he's been making history on the
For a
Billboard.
long time. Mhm.
Great
Yes.
guitar player, great guy.
Yep.
Great guitar player. He and I are going on a mini European tour that we hope is not going to be mini for very long. And we want to get to the States too with it, but we have created a tour package that starts in April. And at SelenaAlbright.com, which you just put it up there as I was talking about it, SelenaAlbright.com, you can see dates in Portugal and right here in London. And the second exciting thing, I came out here to London in a year. I landed a residency. Every month, I'll be able to perform at Soul Mama London up in Stratford on the east side of London. I didn't think a residency was happening. Like I couldn't have planned that one. That wasn't on my bingo card or this year.
Bingo.
But I performed 3 songs on someone else's set, and this is why performing on other people's sets is so special to me.
Yeah.
When I got off the stage, the guy was in the back. The guy who owns the place, his name is T for short. He was back there. He was emotional. He and his wife Yolanda Brown. Emotional, and they said, we need to give you a residency. And
Wow.
I had met him that day. He texted me that night on my WhatsApp and said, okay, well, here's some dates. And I'm like, okay, this is happening.
Right now.
That is beautiful. That is awesome.
Please, London, come out. You know, I can't wait to see you. I've never had a residency before, so this is huge. It's going to be a really awesome year, and I'm just so grateful to Soul Mama and to God. And then also, Sabrina, thank you for having me tonight. Like seriously, you're my sis for real. You've been every release I have, you hop on it and you reach out to me. So I know you're watching.
Yep.
And really that means a lot to me. Like your tribe. And bro, you know, you already know. You already know. Yeah.
We here. We
haven't done a collaboration yet.
Mm-mm.
Maybe
Well,
God has that in the works.
JJ.
Yeah.
You got
I
to
was going to say that, but
speak it to bring it into movement and into life, right?
it's in
I'm
the
very
atmosphere.
I would be excited about it. I'm not trying to invite myself,
No.
but I'd be excited about it because the vibe would be awesome working with you.
Absolutely.
Well, let's make it happen. It'll be honored. It'll be an honor.
Oh.
I'm a huge fan of Miss Selena Albright
Me
I'm
too.
your fan too.
because I was more of a friend of her before I even knew how dope she was. Just, you know what? You hit it off with some people more than you do
Yeah.
with other people.
True.
Nothing to do with anything other than just chemistry or whatever. The
Right.
vibe that you get. And we had that. And then when I realized that sis is so dope, I'm like, oh man, yeah. I was just,
Oh,
my gosh.
don't you love it?
Brother, it's
do.
been a long time coming.
Wow. Well,
I
I
do.
can't wait to see that collaboration happen.
It'll happen.
It is going to.
I'm so
Yeah.
happy for you and everything that you and Josh are doing over there, and my
Aw.
brother and with the family.
Thank you.
But Sabrina, can we tell her we do miss her over here in the States?
Wait, no. Oh.
I miss my
Yes,
people in the
here.
States too. I'm having a lot of fun here,
Believe
but
us.
I miss my people in the States.
Oh, wow.
I know
I really
London
gotta
is a
miss you
beautiful
guys.
place. You're having a great time, and you're happy, and your family's happy. And like you
Yeah.
said earlier, it was like a whole learning curve of weighing your produce and everything you were mentioning, and a whole new thing, which
Right.
is scary but exciting. And then when you look back at it now, you're like, wow, that was such a cool moment when I was going through that and learning that, and it
Yeah.
was so new and a beginning, you know.
Right.
Yeah, because you don't
Right.
learn how strong you are until you go through uncomfortable situations. And when
Right.
I
Yeah.
say the last year and a half has been
Oh, I love that
uncomfortable,
look. Ah.
but oh man, I've learned how strong I am. And now that I've learned how to take care of my body through all the chapters that God's about to take me through, now I feel like harvest
Yeah.
in certain areas is coming, and then lessons in other areas are
You know,
definitely coming.
I
But I'm
wanna-
super
I
excited.
want to comment on what you just said, if I can just interject for a minute.
Okay.
And I've been trying to speak more about this when there's time, because there's only so much time we can speak on a show.
Right.
But I'm hoping that people will embrace their health more in 2025,
Yes.
because here in the United States, they're really poisoning us through food. And I don't think a lot of people really understand that. And I don't get political at all, but with food and people's health, I think it's important to raise the awareness. And what I'm talking about is, a lot of doctors, they get maybe one chapter of their education in nutrition.
Yes. And that
Doctors,
really pisses me off.
when you look at their doctor's office, what does it say on the door? They're practicing medicine. They
Oh,
don't
I
claim
just
to be
said that.
God, and they're not claiming to know it all.
Nope.
But they're more aligned, a lot of them, with masking an ailment or pain with a pill. While now these pills are given us by these big pharma, which are also the ones putting the poison in the food. So if the poison in the food, you got to go to the doctor and they gave you the pill. It's a vicious cycle. They only mask, they don't heal. But think hundreds and hundreds of years ago, people healed themselves with only food that was not altered.
That was growing.
It was God's food, unaltered. And
Yeah.
it's gotten so far away from that. Now, I'm not telling you that you have to eat what you don't want to eat,
Right.
but I think you need to do this from now on when you go to the grocery store.
Read.
Read the ingredients.
Yes.
Let me ask you something.
Exactly.
Anybody ever had homemade bread? What are you gonna have? 3 or 4 ingredients, right? Bread's
Yeah,
got
pretty much.
40 ingredients sometimes. Why?
Yeah.
I know.
Nah,
Yeah.
watch what you're eating. Those seed oils, the high fructose corn
Yep.
syrup,
Yes.
all those food dyes,
Yeah.
bromate, the BH. There's so much bad stuff out there.
It is.
So
It
that's
is.
all I'm gonna say. Please
Well,
be aware of what you're putting inside your body.
thank you for sharing that. Somebody needed to hear that, and who will see this on the replay.
It will
Somebody
improve your life.
Yeah.
I have so much to say about that. We need a whole other show.
Other show. Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
Let me tell
I
you something.
got pissed when I got here and I realized how much healthier I would be living in another country. Just
Wow.
from eating the food here. I have more access to fruits and vegetables here than ever, and it gets delivered to my door.
Yeah. Mario said we need to eat more tomatoes, garlic, olive oil, and fresh produce. And I tell
Unfortunately, it gets more complicated than that because you have to look at the olive oil and you have to know, just like a wine,
Oh yeah.
where those olives are sourced from.
Yep.
Gee,
When you look at olive oil and it says virgin olive oil, I think, oh, organic, that's what I need. But if
yeah,
it says that the olives are sourced in Italy, Greece, Spain, Morocco, Tunisia,
where?
how are they
Yeah,
going to keep track of all those and then they're sent somewhere else? They're not. Wines are estate grown, which means these guys pick the
right.
grapes and make their wine. So is
Yep.
olive oil.
Yeah,
Thin-skinned fruits and vegetables like strawberries and spinach and tomatoes need to be organic.
yeah.
Absolutely.
You can get away with the lemons and the limes and the bananas
True.
for skins,
But
maybe
this
not
other,
because it gets expensive. But
right.
you gotta know what
You
you're
gotta
putting in
watch
your
it.
body. You gotta know what
Yeah,
you're putting in your body.
You had
right.
to look up a list called the Dirty Dozen.
Oh yeah,
You know about this. You know about this.
I'm
The
crazy
Dirty
about all this.
Dozen is the types of produce that you don't want to have unless they're organic because the pesticides get under the skin.
Ooh, ooh.
We've removed about 75% of the plastic from our house.
Wow.
We use glass Tupperware,
Yeah.
bamboo, or cutting boards, glass. Everything. Pellegrino, you can get it in a plastic bottle or a glass bottle. We get it in a
True.
glass bottle.
That's
Bottle.
true. That's true.
I'm 5'9". I weighed in at 157 pounds today. I eat pasta every day.
What?
The food I get
Wow.
in the Bronx or in Brooklyn, which is imported from Italy, they have a strict laws in Italy with the food.
Yo, can we talk about it? Because I lived in it.
Pasta, everything I get is imported.
Lena's like, wait.
Yo,
Double zero flour is a
Yeah.
lighter flour. It's easier to consume.
Oh wow,
I like this
y'all,
bad
we
flour.
we gotta talk about this back
yes,
of
because
house.
I eat bread all the time and I'm
Yeah,
losing
me
weight.
too. Me
Losing
too.
weight.
Yeah,
I don't have moon face anymore.
I
Yep.
wanna,
Real.
I wanna get everybody acclimated. Oh, we could go on and on, but let's
Yeah.
let's chat real quick because I want to know about because I can't eat pasta 7 days, 7 days a week, and not see it sitting on my stomach in a month.
I won't only give the food the credit. I do 4-hour shows without
Well,
stopping.
there we go. There's got to be some cardio added in that.
But when you hear people all the time, they say they go, for instance, they go to Italy and they say, I'm eating pizza and pasta every day and I'm not having any problem with gluten and I'm losing weight. Well, because you buy food here, if you're not reading the ingredients, you're not going to realize the amount of poison in the food.
Wow.
There's
Wow.
other alternatives.
I know.
Even when you get pasta, you want to get it bronze cut, slow dried. It should only be one ingredient. It should be just durum wheat semolina.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's that kind of stuff that most people don't even know. They just grab whatever's cheap. And usually the cheap stuff.
They think that's good pasta. It's not. It's yellow. Real
Yeah.
pasta is white.
It is white.
It doesn't absorb as much water. It's
Yep.
easier to digest because there's more protein because it's dried 3 or 4 days.
Jesus.
Yeah.
See, you're gonna get me in trouble. Let me get my family off here.
Okay, look, let's
Karen
all three
says
of
she
us
eats
stay
Barilla
on
red
for-
pasta, which is made of lentils.
I don't
Okay.
like anything that's
Or
not
just eat
traditional
the lentil.
pastas.
Just eat the lentils.
Eat the
Yeah.
lentils.
Yeah.
Oh, lentils are fabulous.
Processed.
Wow.
Get good dried lentils. I started using a crock pot. I love the crock pot now.
Yes.
I put my onion, my garlic, my celery, my carrot, my lentils, water, my herbs, and I just let it sit for about 4 hours till they're ready.
Wow.
Then season it up a little bit. Oh, it's delicious. So healthy.
Yeah.
So
Well,
healthy.
I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn tonight. I bet.
Really? Because there are vegetables I never liked in America, but now I eat peas and I eat Brussels sprouts like it's nothing.
I love Brussels sprouts. I really do.
I
I really do.
Wait till you taste them in Italy.
Oh God, I gotta get out of the States. I gotta get out of here. Oh my
Everybody's
God.
leaving. They're going to Ghana. They're coming here to the UK.
They're
We weren't even
really
leaving because of the food.
they
God
need
just
improvements
is
here.
here. We have no idea.
Wow. Wow. Well, you guys, it ended up just being so informational, doggone it. I
Yes.
should have just done my homework and just had a crash call with you, JJ, first, kind of learn some things.
We are just up in the vibe tonight. We good.
I know we are in the vibe, and I love that. I love that. But I appreciate you both coming and spending time with me on tonight, the first show of 2025. If this is indicative of what's to come, I'm tickled pink. I am just so happy to have you guys on. Mario says we need to cook again, JJ.
Oh man, we threw down that day.
I haven't tasted either of y'all's food,
Eggs
and
in
y'all invited
purgatory,
me.
right, Mario? Eggs in purgatory. That's what
Oh, you guys.
Marinara sauce, and then you crack your eggs in it, and you cook your eggs in there. And you have
Wait,
it
what
over
is it called?
with fresh Parmesan over the top. You cook
Sharon
it-
says we can have a part 2 segment on healthier eating.
We need
Or
that.
can we? She's asking, can we have a part
I
2
would love
segment on
that.
healthier eating? I would be happy to. JJ's the busy one.
I make time for you, sister. You know that. Sabrina, you like all you gotta do is call me.
We
Yeah.
want to talk healthy cooking. Can you come on? We'll
Listen.
try and make it happen, Sharon. Definitely. And I think there'll be more people than you realize, JJ, that will come on just to hear, because we're all health conscious these days. More
Most
people are
important thing,
becoming.
Sabrina, is anything you drink should have 0 sugar.
Period.
Water. Just water.
But not sugar substitutes.
Not diet.
No sugar substitutes, none of that.
If you like coffee, God bless you. Just drink it black.
Black.
Anything
Yeah.
in there. If you like
Right.
tea, God bless you. I mean,
Drink it.
if you have a good
Unsweetened.
honey, the honey's another whole discussion.
Lord, I was going to ask about honey too. Oh my gosh.
You can call me honey any day of the week, baby.
Well, thank you,
I
JJ.
need to know about the honey thing, because
I'm going to ask you when we get off about honey, because I have a huge tube of honey sitting right over there that you cannot see, but I'm going to ask you about it though.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask.
Like,
Oh Lord! But listen, everybody. Again, thank you so much. It is 10 after.
I know.
Boy, we've been on here for an hour and a half already.
Sorry.
This is
sorry.
okay. I love it.
Bye.
Those who wanted to hear are still along with me, but definitely will edit for radio because we only have 59 minutes and 59 seconds to say what we're gonna. Yeah,
That's rude.
I know for radio, but it's got to be done. So some of this stuff will be chopped off.
Okay.
But I know how to do it.
I know. It just.
I know.
2 hours is going to be edited to 10 minutes. How are you going to do that?
I'm gonna find the best way because I got to do it tonight. That's
wow,
for sure.
you got a lot of work. Sorry.
I got to do it tonight because I'm supposed to send one to the UK. It'll be 11 o'clock my time in the morning and 5 p.m. GMT tomorrow. So definitely got to get it done tonight. Got to get it done.
Get it done.
Yes. Well, listen, everybody, again, thank you so very much. JJ, hang out. Sis, hang out. And again, thank you guys for coming. Listen, what you make happen for others. Remember, God will make it happen for you. I love you guys so much. And thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Take care.